Hey everyone, this is Mr. Everything, and I wanted to see what has changed with the Xbox 360 Marketplace. It's supposed to be gone, so I just want to boot it up and see what happens. First thing I'm going to do is just turn it on and see if I can still sign in, what works and what doesn't. Interestingly enough, just a couple months ago, I made a video touring the 360 dashboard and basically what you could still do. It's kind of finicky to get online, so I'm curious to see if I can still sign in. At that time, I didn't know that I believe it was the end of July that Xbox or Microsoft was closing the 360 marketplace. So I saw some videos on that and figured, well, if it's different now, I was just on here recently, so I want to see what works and what doesn't. It says that because I'm playing 360 backward compatible games on my Series X. But I think I'm signed in here. Okay, a little slow, but everything's working. So, yeah. Wow. So it's gone completely. There you go. That's an easy one. Man, this is really weird. It looks like it's offline, but it's online. So what I want to do real quick is touch on how to sign in. If you have two-factor authentication, which with Microsoft you should because their stuff it's just a nightmare. I try and use Google and iCloud and anything but Live, Hotmail, Microsoft. It's just all a mess in my opinion. I don't like how their security works. But if you have two-factor set up, you have to create an app password. You still use the email associated with that account, and they see you tried to sign in, they should send you an email and tell you to go. Otherwise, you can just go to sign into your Microsoft account, create that app password, then put that in. That'll let you sign in on your Xbox. Now that things are a little bit different, I would say all bets are off, but I'm still signed in. As you can see, I can sign out, but I'll just keep it like this. Now, in 6 months or so, it might do it again. Yeah, it might sign me out. Now, what everyone was saying to do was basically to comb through the what at that time was left of the 360 marketplace, get all your avatar goodies, download whatever games you want that are digital and all that. But I do believe your history's still here, so let's go ahead and see. So I went through, downloaded all these demos just for the heck of it, because I guess can't get them anymore. Did get a few just goofy things. Most of these themes are really bad. They're just like very cheaply, some intern probably put them together. But all of them are still here, so I could still download them if I wanted. So you can see right here, I could download it, but I have it on the hard drive. And the main issue, it's probably because there's limited servers that this content's still housed on, that even like a 1 megabyte theme might take 30 seconds to download. And then a 1 gigabyte demo would take about 3 hours to download. My internet's not crazy fast, but it's usually bare minimum 100, 150 megabits. I'm sure the 360 isn't even capable probably of that speed, but just the server itself is so restrained that you're probably getting like kilobits per second. That's how slow it is. So you can still download what you want if it's in your download history, but I guess you can't go in here. There's just nothing left. Since Avatar stores here, I just want to see what comes up. It'll probably just be your existing closet. But we know to a degree the store still exists because on the series, probably even on the Xbox One, but the Series X, there's still downloadable content for all your 360 backward compatible games. So they still have all of that there. They're still selling the 360 games and the original Xbox games that are backward compatible. So there still is something left there. Let's go to all. Okay, so this part of the marketplace is still there, as you can see. Let's just try one more. So again, I do believe that all that stuff is probably still housed somewhere. It's just they removed it from the 360 dashboard because they want to phase it out. But it still has to exist in some capacity when a lot of that stuff still needs to be accessible on the series consoles. You can see here it's being a little finicky, but it's kind of interesting that you can even still buy things on here. Yeah, so it looks like 2018 maybe was the last time they added some stuff to it. But you couldn't really find everything a few weeks ago whenever I combed through it. Like, you would search for the demos and you could find most of them. But some things, like if you search by like most downloaded or top rated, you would get like different amounts. Like if you searched A to Z, you might get 200 results. But then if you search from most popular, you might get 100 results. Or then you, like, it would, there was different ways to access that whole amount of games. Instead of saying there was maybe 1,000, it was like the most I could come up with at one time was 500 to look through, which is still a lot, but that's certainly not the entire 360 catalog. Like if you would search for Madden 08, it doesn't exist in the store anymore. It was just whatever was left that they allowed to be on there, if that makes any sense, maybe due to licensing or something. But so the digital aspect's kind of useless anyway. If you want to collect for this, I would just recommend going physical copies, and you have to now anyway. But that's really all there is to show. There's not much here. I don't really care that much. And I will say, as far as the PS3 goes, their store works pretty good. It's the same thing where a lot of the old stuff, I think, got pulled from it. But there's still a good bit of content on there. The PS Vita, that store still works. And it's the same thing. You can go into your download history and still pick up anything you purchased in the past. But the Vita's very easy to mod and do all that with, so that one you don't have to worry about so much. I mean, I can't complain, as old as this is, that they would start to limit it, but that's all that's left. Not much on the home screen. So I figured I'd just show what it looks like. I would say pretty much at this point the 360 era is over. I might revisit it, just look at the hardware or something at some point, but that's kind of marking the end of a pretty long run, almost 20 years. It'll basically become more of an offline console. So thanks for watching, and to see me in the next one. Have a good one.